So barkanmu, welcome back. A nan muka tsaya a previous wannan bana so videos ɗin su ya zama sun yi tsawo da yawa shi yasa nake yanke su. So a wannan za mu ci gaba da daga inda muka tsaya. Mun ga yadda mun yi creating using JavaScript. Mun ba wani coach, our hypothetical coach, yanda zai iya selecting players ɗin shi. Unfortunately for us, aikinmu bai gama ba saboda coach idan ya yi decided zai sa Nura ya buga mishi maybe number 4 sai ya tuna Nura yana da injury yanzu yana so ya cire Nura, no way zai iya cire Nura, an gane? So because of that, first day kafin ma mu yi wannan, there should be like a way that idan ka zo saman kaman you should be able to select, an gane, select a particular player, an gane? There is a way you should select, because in kana so ka cire a player, you should only select wannan player and then remove. So kafin ma mu sa remove button din mu, let us create a way da zaka iya highlighting, an gane? Zaka iya highlighting da ka zo maybe saman Musti mu ga wani maybe wani indication cewa Musti is highlighted, ko aka zo kan Nura ya nuna mana Nura is highlighted, an gane? So let's go to our JavaScript. For that, we're going to do something called it's still event handlers, obviously event handlers. We're going to add an event handler. Okay, got JavaScript. Now, where do we create that event handler? I don't ina so a ɗan yi tunani, ka ɗan yi pausing kai tunani masu kallo. Can you think of inda za mu sa event handler nan? Remember, wa'annan particular divs ɗin da muke creating a nan a kansu ne muke so mu creating event handler, an gane? Wato idan an yi highlighting ɗinsu su newly created divs ɗin wani abu ya faru, an gane function ɗin da za mu create. So because of that, is exactly a lokacin da muka creating new element ɗin nan, a lokacin za mu yi attaching mishi wani event handler. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, we'll just go ahead mu sa code ɗin. Za mu iya sa shi a nan, za mu iya sa shi at the end bayan mun yi appending child. It doesn't matter, but the main thing is it cannot be outside one add button clicked function. And it cannot be outside when we have already created our new element. And so it should be here. So just to show you, you can still add an event handler even though Kariga Kaya appending element in a container. I will do it at the end by Murigami appending elements. So zamuche new element dot add event listener. Say me so mouse over event, mouse over. Is there mouse over? I think it's mouse over hacker. Yeah, what take in small letters, but yeah, and it should be in okay. I think to make it better, bari mu sa quotations so that they can nuna mana yawa. This is what I want. So ya rika nuna mana. So mouse over muke so. Wato mouse over event, wannan event din fires idan mouse ɗinka ya je kan saman wannan div din, an gane? So za mu sa mouse over sai wani event zai firing. So let's say it should fire an event called wani event za mu call it maybe za mu kira shi ma mu ce highlighted ko element highlighted ko highlighted. Let's just call it highlighted. Ko mouse over. Should we call it mouse over? Should we call it highlighted? There's a reason why I don't want to call it highlighted, because we could sometimes we want to call one highlighted. Well, by the way, Kuma, because this event handler, notice what is happening. We will need to pass one event handler that muke so we creating yanzu is not our normal event handler. It should be an event handler that zai iya ɗaukan an argument. The reason we need that argument is because muna so mu passing shi element ɗin, shi wannan particular element ɗin da mouse ɗin ya je saman shi. We need to find a way. We need to pass it to she event handler. I don't even know if this makes sense, but we'll just go ahead and write the code, and then maybe the buyer, I'll try and explain if it makes sense to. So because of that, this is going to be a different way da za mu creating event handler. Za mu ce event, say, let me see if I can remember how ma ake creating event handler. Event sai mu yi haka ko, sai ka sa in bracket, sorry, I think I did it wrongly. It should be something like this event thing in bracket, I guess. No, event should come first. Say in brackets a gefen shi, you pass argument din. So argument din maybe mu ce element, kawai mu kira argument din element. Like I said, wannan is like an argument, so it can be anything you want to call it. So anan za mu kira shi element. Sannan in ka sa, notice what I'm writing. No, everything da nake coding anan, you have to type it exactly as it is. So remember, wannan blue bracket din nan shi ke closing wannan yellow din. Thank God Visual Studio Code yana sa mana su in different colors, so that ka san wanne ne pair din wanne ne pair din wanne. So after wannan yellow wannan din suka sa equal sign, ka sa wannan greater than sign. An gane? After that, har yanzu bamu gama ba. Space ko without space, either way zaka iya yi. Sai ka sa wannan curly bracket din zai create ma closing curly bracket. Maybe mu sa shi nan kusa. Sannan anan, is there a semicolon? No, I don't think so. Sannan a ciki, we will now call method din da muke so. So mu ce highlight element. Sannan in bracket again kuma, because highlight element is a function that we are going to create. A cikin bracket sai mu sa element. I still don't think I did abun nan daidai. I will have to browse ga ya ake creating event handler that takes an argument. I think somewhere here I made mistake. Anyway, muje browser mu. We browsing how to create event handler with argument in JavaScript. Okay, so anan zamu ga, should we see, okay, function my event handler, okay, event comma sannan custom, okay. How do we attach it? My button that add event listener, event, okay. Yanda na sa shi da farko is the correct way. Zamu sa event, then this will be the no, okay. Event, say haka, say my handler, event again, sannan custom arguments. Okay, I think I understand. So let's go to our code. This, like I said, this should be in brackets, event inna. Then we need to get rid of one element number. Anazami created issue ba. Anazami passing issue, but it should be like this. Sannan a cikin nan, there should be event first, event, comma. Sannan she, instead of element, it should be new element, because new element okay, so me passing. So new element, good. So this is how you do it, and then you put your semicolon. Then finally, we need to create one highlight element. So schema is a function, but it's a special type of function. It's an event handler with arguments. So function, I'm change my highlight element. Remember, this sooner can be anything. It doesn't have to be highlight element. I just prefer sooner and functions that make sense. So anan zamu sa event comma sannan element. Notice anan na kira shi new element because we are passing this particular value, whereas anan zai shigo ta nan ne shi wannan new element din, but anan we are creating it, we are calling it element because it could be any other element ba sai lalle guys zaka iya kiran wannan function din with another element. I hope that makes sense. So anan ciki, we now need to say element dot, sorry, now is spelling daidai kwa element dot style dot ina gani border. Yawa, border da shi ake creating border around an element. Dot border equals, now zaka sa yanda ake rubuta wannan din abu uku ne, 3 parameters ne. First parameter, the kaurin border din da za a zana around the element din. So 2 pixels, I'm using 2 pixels. Say space. Say second parameter din I think the style na shi border din, I think we'll use bold. And then third parameter din is color. Na color din shi border din. So I'm using green. Let's use green. Say semicolon. And got it? Control S. Good. I think that's all. With this, that should be all. Let's try muje wannan din, hopefully ba wani error. Me refreshing, muce okay, zamu iya barin Nura, me adding, yanzu mu zo kan Nura. So akwai error. Is there a way we can quickly muje more tools, muje web developer tools, muga ko zamu ga what's the issue? Okay, wannan event din was attached. Okay, na wannan na button ne. Wannan event din na wanne ne? Wannan event din na wanne ne? I'm not sure. Okay. Chicken squad, akwai container. Okay. Yawwa, gashi ya sa mai event din mouse over. Okay, so that's fine. But so likely maybe yanda nayi setting wannan 2 pixel bold green din nan ne. I think it's somewhere here. Let me see if I can remember. Okay, muje how to style, we searching anan how to set border in JavaScript. So style property and then modify its border. Okay, style dot border kenan, 2 pixels solid red. Okay, bold ni na rubuta. Okay, to dot style dot border. Okay, naga problem in bold instead of solid ne ya kamata. That is the style of shi wannan din, shi border din da muke. So this is not bold, it should be solid. Okay, so I'm using green. Control S. Koma wannan din me refreshing. So me adding Nura. Good. You can see yanzu Nura is highlighted. Idan muka je maybe musa add, you see yanzu Musti ma is highlighted. The only issue is, notice idan kai ka bar, ka san in ka je kan mouse over zai yi drawing wannan border din. But if you go out, that is off the shi sunan, still it remains there because baka ce mai idan it goes off, but it should remove wannan border. So Sani, me adding just to show. So kafin me ending wannan, will take care of duk in ka je in kun tuna mun sa mouse over, then there should be mouse out. Mouse out shine idan mouse din ya bar wannan element din. So to do that, we'll just go back to our code. Muje anan ne muka adding wannan event listener. Still har ila yau za mu ƙara wani event listener akan shi, the same new element din. So new element dot add event listener, the same way yanda muka yi wannan, za mu yi the same thing, but this time it will be mouse out. Say comma. In fact, I will just want to copy this. Copying, say in canza. Remember, I'm copying one number saboda already another. Say in canza sunan function thing. Instead of highlight element, I'll call it on highlight element. So that is the name of the comma. Notice by rubuta H then in capital, but because on highlight is one word, so you didn't in a capitalize it. So I'll come here in creating event handler function on high. Okay, but start semicolon number. sa semicolon din mu anan, control S mu sa on, shi ba me nake, on should be capital U, on highlight element. Okay, say nan sa event, comma, say element, the same thing because it's one. The only thing anan ne we say element dot style dot border is equal to, kawai sai ka sa none. In ka sa none, wato there should be no border kenan. Control S sai mu je wannan din mu refresh, bari mu get rid of wannan. So mu ce sani mai adding, mu ce musti dan sassa kaman guda uku. You can see the moment kaje kan sani ya highlighting, in kaje off ya dauke. The same thing with musti, in kaje ya highlighting, in kaje off ya dauke. Mu ƙara wasu, maybe Abdul, add, ce Zaid, add. You can see yanzu you can highlight anyone. An gane? So should we stop here? Ina ganin mun shi time sosai. The next thing we want to do is idan kai clicking, so in ka zo yanzu you can see yana nuna maka, okay, kana kan Zaid, kana kan Abdul, kana kan Musti. So in kana kan Musti, in kai clicking Musti yanzu, it should select Musti. Highlighting daban, selecting daban. To use for us to show cewa Musti is selected, maybe we'll just a particular suna is selected, we'll just maybe musa background color din shi ya canza. An gane? To do that, maybe we should do that in the next lesson. But we'll do it in the next lesson.